Sad to say, I remember, what was it, a couple months ago, I did the video about the game being kind of well, yeah, I think it was a reboot. Yeah, it was basically a reboot with a new cast. However, some of the original cast would come back to kind of, mentor the new team of, football players and, there's, partners on and off the field. Unfortunately, the news has broke. This was actually, sadly, back in January. I didn't even know this until maybe a few weeks ago. I think me and Chandler were talking about it. And yeah, the game is not coming back to the CW, unfortunately. For lack of a better phrase, it really comes down to creative differences between Akil and Gregory, the people who are behind the pilot, and the CW. Basically, it comes down to the network wanting to take the game in a different direction as opposed to what the script that they had written was trying to do. But it really sucks because I remember, yeah, it was what was it, late 2019 if I'm not mistaken, when I did a video on it. And then this article from the Deadline came out January 30th. So I'm just sitting here waiting. I didn't think since I did the video, I didn't even think about it. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait for some kind of trailer or some announcement because I'm excited to see what the game is going to be when it comes back. And I know that for me personally, the first two seasons are the best. And I don't really honestly, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but you cannot change my mind. I'll forgive season 3. Season 3 wasn't terrible, but it was at that point that you could really tell the game was becoming more about the drama than the comedy. Now, that doesn't mean that season 3 didn't have its comedic moments, but, some of the characters were semi out of character. Like Melanie was almost entirely unlikable. I think at that point, Janae had said she was pregnant by Derwin, and I think there was even an inside joke in a couple episodes where Melanie would just go up to some random person and start ranting and venting about the whole situation about Derwin and Janae, and then they would just walk off or not even pay attention to her. And then I did love the Rick Fox. It's like, this ain't over, Foxy. So yeah, season 3 had its moments. But at that point, the CW was just done with the show, sadly. So the first 2 seasons, in my opinion, are the best. I did catch season 4. I did watch some of season 5. But at that point, I just kind of I think I kind of tuned out to the game right before or right after Melanie and then Derwin decided to leave. And that was sad. But all that's to say that I have hope that another network will pick it up, because according to Akil, after some consideration, actually, let me just read this. I hear the CW brass made the decision not to move forward with the CBS TV Studios produced project in its current form, but were open to redeveloping it with Akil. However, Akil declined the redevelopment offer as she and Gregory had executed her vision of what a new chapter of the game should look like. And for me personally, for them to actually have their own vision of what the game should be on its original network, not BET, that had me thinking that, okay, even though it's going to be mostly a new cast, but we're still going to have some of the older people join in, this has me thinking, okay, maybe we're going to kind of recapture that magic of season 1 and 2. Sure, it might not be exactly the same, but the great mix of the casting, the writing, the camera angles, the directing, the humor, the drama, I was here for it. However, that's not the case. But they are open to, working with other networks down the road. So I guess it's one of those things where once the right network decides to pick up the show as it's been written for the pilot, then I have hope it might come back. But who knows what the future is going to bring, especially with the world and the way it is now. So I'll keep you updated as soon as I hear something. But until then, I'm not against rewatching some of those season 1 and 2 episodes and some of season 3 just for the laughs. But thanks so much for tuning in, guys. And with that being said, I think this was it. The only non-Tyler Perry videos on my list to do: an Ambitions one, an Empire one, and then this one on the game. So make sure you subscribe. Shout out to the patrons. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next video.